Good morning.
Good morning.
It is Sunday. That means.
It's Sunday.
Yep, it's Sunday morning. We are going to church. We're just stopping right now to get some gas at
Bucky's.
All right, let's see if I cry today at church. I haven't cried in the last couple of Sunday morning churches. I usually cry at this church. I don't know. It's emotional. But let's see.
No, you have to cry. Is it a song? You have to cry.
I research and see, but you're never hard to find. The more of you I see, the more.
What do you think the law is? Do you think the law is gracious? Do you think the law is kind? Do you think the law is loving, compassionate, merciful? No. The law does one thing. It points out what you do wrong. And Paul tells us then in Galatians that it does it so well that we get frustrated and realize we can't do this, and that's what brings us to Christ. That's what the law. So the law shows us the standards of God, shows us the morals to live in a peaceful society. The first four have to do with the Ten Commandments, just to take those. The first four have to do with man's relationship with God. The next six have to do with man's relationship with each other. Okay, but the law tells us how to live in a harmonious, peaceful society and how to have a good life on this earth. But it also, that's all it can do. It just frustrates us so that we finally come to Christ because we can't do it. The law is a fault-finding, critical, overbearing husband. Now, by the way, this is not a marriage message, so don't nudge anybody during this message, all right, ladies? You know, that's what you're like. You know. Okay. Now, here's the infuriating thing about the law. He's always right. It's infuriating. The law will say to me, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, and you did this wrong. You know, you did this right, but you did this wrong, and you did this wrong, and you did this wrong. And the law simply reminds me of how bad I am and how many times I mess up. But Jesus isn't like that, because he's forgiven our sins and removed them from us as far as the east is from the west. I mean, he is a wonderful, wonderful husband.
Okay. James, what did you learn about today?
I learned that what other people sit at the best to at dinner and stuff, at meals and stuff, and then it might move you to a better spot if you act nice in the sun, go to the best spot.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But okay, sounds interesting. I'll have to look into that one. Okay, Hannah, what did you look into today? Or what did you learn about today?
The sick man.
Today you learned that there was a man who couldn't walk. His friends heard Jesus was coming to their town. They took their friend to see him, but when they got there, it was too crowded to see Jesus. They tore a hole in the roof and lowered him down to Jesus. Jesus touched him and he was healed. Tearing up the roof is what it's called. It said, by his stripes we were healed. Jesus touched the man and he was completely healed. Jesus can heal me too. Daddy needs to know that one. Oh, you didn't draw the little man in this one.
Can I have that?
Yes, you may. Okay, Daddy, what did you learn today? He's in pain. Yeah, and what else? We're saved by grace, and we're not saved by the works we do.
Yes, I wasn't listening.
No, it's,
We used
the
to,
main point was not through law, but
yeah, we don't have to do. We don't have to do. It's good to do those things like.
Go to a place called.
James.
It's
Mom's
good to do the
talking.
things of like not to commit adultery. It's not good to like, or it is good to your obey your parents and all that stuff. But
It's
you're
a
not
good
going to be
obey the law.
yeah, but you're not going to be saved for it.
Mommy,
So
I have a unicorn backpack too.
cool.
So the big one doesn't fit me.
No, maybe not yet. But anyway, I was thinking when I was sitting there that when I tried, you know how you're saying that you can you sin whenever you try to stay with the law?
Say that again?
He said you sin if you try to do the law or whatever. You're married when
You
you're...
sin?
Well, he was saying... How was he saying it? He was saying...
You mean when he was talking about when he was preaching grace? And the pastor was telling him I shouldn't preach that because more people will sin.
Well, it wasn't a preacher. It was a guy that was in this church. Well, yeah, but I was thinking... The more I tried to do good of the law, even though we're supposed to, the more I focus on it, the more anxiety I get. All right. See you later.